you ever listened to a song that made you feel something overwhelming? Like the music was pouring a certain emotion or concept into your body, as if your very soul was the conduit. That's exactly what happens to me sometimes, especially with pieces that are entirely instrumental. The song I've made this video for today is Thin Floors and Tall Ceilings by Odesza. And when I listen to this song, like really listen to it, I feel myself get affected on what I can only describe as an existential level. There is something so profound about the experience this music provides that I had to talk about it, to get my thoughts recorded, if nothing else. I'm very eager to see if anyone else has had a similar experience with this song as well. My sister kind of thinks I'm crazy for it. The first time I encountered this song was during the summer of 2020, when my sister told our Alexa to play it for the family to hear. I recall sitting in our living room, getting absolutely blasted in the feels in a way that is impossible to describe in a method that actually makes sense. Be prepared for this video to be filled with weird metaphors, because the themes I'm trying to get across here are very abstract by nature. That being said, if you want to listen to the song for yourself beforehand, I very much encourage that. I just plead that you pause the video and return to it. I think it will also be an interesting experience to hear the pseudo-intellectual nonsense I have to say before giving it a listen as well, just to have it floating around in your mind as you listen. Obviously, I'm not going to have any of the actual song in this video, but we do have some album art and a title I will show and discuss directly. I'll also have timestamps appear on screen when I mention a particular part of the song for your convenience. I'll say up front that I'm a very casual consumer when it comes to these types of things. I'm not going to talk about any actual musical technical stuff, nor am I diving into what the creators of this have revealed or said about their thoughts and intentions of the various parts of it. This video is meant to simulate the experience I've had with this song, which I think is the most encountered experience for the common person, simply encountering this piece of media and interacting with what it provides you on the surface. I also think there's a lot of value when it comes to personal interpretations on works of art such as this. The point of this video is not to attach any kind of rigid meaning to the listening experience. Now diving into the actual song itself, which I've been listening to as I create this video to really immerse myself into what I'm talking about, the only way I can really begin to describe the emotional impact it has on me is through strange metaphors. I hope these will make at least some semblance of sense as I go on. Genuinely, I feel as though this is some kind of sound you'd hear play amongst the secrets of the cosmos. Like at the universe's inception, when nothing gave way to everything, this was playing. Conversely, I also kind of imagine the end of the universe featuring this music as well. Like if the final shred of physical reality was returning to nothingness, this song would accompany the process as some kind of spiritual companion. There's definitely a dichotomy held within the song, at least for me. I feel like my body's not sure if it wants me to be overwhelmingly depressed upon listening, or filled with majestic awe. I believe that's where the whole creation versus the end idea came into my mind, opposite ends of the same coin. This song somehow encapsulates the expansive beauty of the universe and the soul-crushing weight of reality all at once. Actually, you know what? It's almost as though you've finally discovered the grand secret of the universe that I think we all in some part know is out there, and it ended up being solemnly beautiful. Maybe you've learned it but don't have the chance to share it with anyone else, or maybe for all the majesty that comes with understanding, there's a distinguished burden attached to the knowledge. Let me know if I actually sound insane, but genuinely, if you've heard this song or are going to listen to it, please tell me your thoughts on it. I can't be the only one who has this whole abstract fan fiction going on in my head about hearing it. The next element I want to discuss is what I would call the album art, which is displayed on the YouTube video. This adds to the experience by implanting things into your brain from the imagery. At least, that's what it did for me. We see a lone person, standing amongst a landscape that is in one way desolate and in another way beautiful, sort of like the dichotomy I found to be present in the music earlier. There's a lot we don't know about what's going on, which is perfect. Why has the person found themselves alone here? What exactly are they looking at? It could be incredibly mundane, very grounded answers, but we don't know that for sure. Either way, this kind of scenic but plain landscape is perfect for contemplation. The glowing line striking through the person's face is also just perfect in terms of adding to the ambience as well. This glowing line has no business being there in reality, so if the image is implying that it truly is there, a whole host of fantastical questions open up before us. To me, it almost feels as though some kind of otherworldly censorship is occurring, as though there is something here that is just meant to be beyond our grasp, like our understanding of somehow being protected, perhaps deceived to some extent. It actually reminds me of some of those liminal space or dreamcore aesthetic images, which I personally think this song pairs very well with. The feeling these types of images generate within me is not dissimilar to this song at all, this abstract existential emotion. Like some faraway memory eludes me, despite making me aware of its previous existence. The final element of this song I want to speak on is the title, which in many ways exists in opposition to the several other metaphors I've built up: thin floors and tall ceilings. First of all, this does sort of serve as another dichotomy, showcasing a concept of something of thinness and something of tallness. Furthermore, both of these words are attached to human-built abodes, which grounds the atmosphere a bit down to a familiar reality. This redirects my mind more towards humanity and the simultaneously expansive yet short history we have. This once again works into conflicting concepts, both the beauty and tragedy of the human condition surfacing in my mind. The title is also beautifully ambiguous, in my opinion. What exactly it realistically means escapes my understanding, I must admit, but one thing that I keep coming back to is that the floor is easy to fall through, and the ceiling hard to reach, as though one finds themselves looking upward while at risk of falling through what should be a solid surface. On a different note, tall ceilings just makes me think of those lavish halls or extravagant locations in general, which are often associated with important happenings. In my mind, they're always empty though, like they are meant to embody all of the history that has happened within through their inanimate forms. I don't know, the music, title, and album cover all work together in such a perfect combination for me. Anyway, that's the end of that. I just want to talk about it for a bit since the feeling the song instills in me has been on my mind for 5 years. Thank you to my channel members, as always, currently consisting of Night Rain, Casual T, Joe Reed, and Kasumi JC. If you want to support the channel and get access to audiobook content of my original writing, you can become a member of the Lore Hunter tier for only $4 a month. You could always check out my sci-fi book series on Amazon as well, if you like stories. Until next time, make sure to go listen to Thin Floors and Tall Ceilings.